lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio.
And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
Babe, Brandy Amanda, Beyond the Fence Entertainment. It's your turn. Go get him, girl.
Ooh, my everything. Yes, you are. Jesus, you're my everything. You're the reason why I breathe. You're the reason why I sing. You're my everything. You're the stars in the sky. You're the reason I'm alive. You're the reason why I made it. You're my everything. You're the light of my life. You reveal some things that I wouldn't even dream. You're my everything. When I cry late night and my Jesus held me tight, I pray and behold my everything. My everything. You're my everything. My everything. You're my everything. My everything. You're my everything. My everything. Jesus, my everything.
Today I pray for amazing grace. Raise me to grace for us to save the day, to save the night. Jesus Christ, I'll be outright, cause I know he's the light. Believe the hype that the Lord treat me right. He forgives our sins cause he's the light. Please don't gripe, don't complain, don't be trite. Don't get caught up in sin, so please be nice. If you have a bad day, he'll ease the night. If you obey the Bible, you increase your life. God wins every battle, ain't no need to fight. Single men having sex, do you need a wife? Women treat your man right, if he is right. Together forever, so please be tight. Don't gamble yourself and be the dice. That's a ticket to hell to delete your life.
My everything, you're my everything. My everything, you're my everything. My everything, you're my everything. My everything, Jesus, my everything. Now, when it comes to love, I have the perfect example of it could overcome and be free from sin. That's why I'm looking to you, to you, to you. My everything, my everything. You're my everything, my everything. You're my everything. You are my everything. My Alpha and Omega, my everything. The beginning and everything. You're my everything. You're my everything. You're my everything. You're my everything. My everything. Jesus, my everything.
There you have it. There you go. Minister David Benton in the building. Brandy Amanda. In the name of Jesus. We in here. Yeah. Hey, welcome to Yes. That was my everything. Welcome to Beyond the Radio. Shout out to Elation, the family. This your main man, David Benton, the minister. I'm in the building. You know what it is. And I hope y'all smiling on this Sunday beautiful night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, America. Yeah, that was David Benton featuring
Brandy Amanda. Yeah, Beyond Fence Entertainment. We are in the building. Did that song 2016, My Everything, because why? We're going to talk about that tonight. Not tonight, tonight. I'm going to say it again. Not tonight, but tonight. I want everybody to say tonight. That's what we're going to talk about. Is God your everything? Not your everything. Your everything. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. And you better be smiling. So we're going to see who else is smiling and in the building with us. Jerry, Truto, Allen, are you in the building?
I'm in the building. Oh, yeah. Man, am I smiling? Man, I'm always smiling, man. For sure, I'm glad to be here. You know it. You know.
Man, yes, sir, man. God bless you, my brother. Man, how your week been, though? How your week been?
My week been wonderful. Done had nothing but family around me. And you know that's the best thing to have around you. Been enjoying the babies and the kids and the nieces, nephews. It's been good. It's been a family week. I'm going to put it like that. You know I'm smiling. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I know you're a big sports fan, too, man. I know you're a big sports man. You be having the children and basketball. Man, talk to me about that, bro, because you be going in like you are definitely an awesome adult. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to just say parent, grandparent. I want to say you're an awesome adult, bro, because you just got a good heart, bro. Talk to me. You love sports. I always thought you maybe watching football, but you have your children. You have your children, man. The kids, you keep them in sports.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Why is it so inspiring for you? Like, what inspires you to do that, bro? Because we have so many parents that don't do it, man.
You know, I feed off of the energy of them playing ball, and it's a good thing too because, you know, me loving sports and they loving sports, it always teaches them the thing that I always say: hard work pays off. And just to keep them moving and doing something, I always, you know, you already know how me and the wife do. We go and support them everywhere. We go to about 2 or 3 games a week. mean, we are there in the building. We are in the building, you know.
Yes, sir, man. And it's a beautiful thing, Truto, because us as men, as black men, man, we don't spend enough quality time with our children. And, you know, there's not enough of us in the homes, man. I think that is so important, man. So shout out to you. Shout out to Truto. Shout out to Truto for being in the building.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank y'all. I am humble.
Yes, sir. So,
yes, sir.
Truto, let's see who else is in the building and smiling. Elation. Hey, watch this. Elation honor. You know what I'm saying? Elation honor.
Take your time with it. Take your time with it.
Yes, elation honor.
Yes.
Shay Samuels, are you in the building?
And I'm smiling. Hey, David and Truto and Elation family. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Yes. Shay, how have your week been?
My week has been amazing. My weekend was amazing. As you know, I'm just getting back in from Augusta, Georgia, South Carolina.
Talk to us about it.
Yes, I had the pleasure of doing part 1 of the listening Beyond the Fence listening party on the New Artist Profile show. Shout out to Tony D and his crew in Augusta, Georgia. So yes, Aiken, South Carolina is where the radio show is. Yes. And then on, just focusing on 2020 vision, it was one of my goals to do more with the Monday motivational segment. So on Saturday, I got a chance to do the taping, the start of the taping for the Monday motivational moments. So we were able to create a commercial and get it edited down. And so that it's just been a really busy week, but it was also an opportunity for me to spend time with, both daughters were supposed to go, but one of the daughters went and the grandbaby, so got a chance to spend some time, some family time as well. So yes, that was my weekend, just getting back to Atlanta today.
Awesome. So you definitely had a productive weekend. Yes. Shout out to Shay Samuels, because she's in the building. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm going to tell you how my week been.
All right.
It's just been. That's as simple as I can make it, man. Because, you know what? I hear a lot of artists out there, man, and they just, I be meeting artists, and I be like, are you like Whitney Houston's little cousin or something? Like, are you Michael Jackson's nephew? Are you Stevie Wonder's grandson? Are you Marvin Gaye's nephews, cousins, uncles, baby's daddy? Because I heard so many people just like, man, they just brag. No, I like to meet humble people. And it's good, there's nothing wrong with, just, your the things you've been blessed with. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Your accolades, man, look, when you're doing what you got to do, it's a blessing. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, but you have some people, they just name drop. They name drop. Yeah, I did a song, and they ain't did no song. Then when you Google them, you can't find them. Yeah, I did 12 songs with Smoking North. I did the soundtrack to Mary Mary. Like a soundtrack? Yeah. Yes, I did. I'm on the song. I be like, you did? Yes. I wrote commission songs, all of them. Fred Hammond, my brother. I'm like, he is? And you just hear him bragging with no substance. I want everyone who is listening, will y'all please stop allowing people to just tell you anything? This is a age of information. Don't you know you can Google these people? Stop letting these people come on. Look, if you on right here on this platform on Beyond the Radio, we're gonna research you. I'm not gonna have people. I'm about to name drop me some people. Let me tell you, I'm gonna name drop me some people. I'm about to name drop me. Jerry Truto, Allen, Shay Samuels, in the building.
Yes.
Kimmy Robinson, you hear me?
Yes.
Howard Sapp, G. William Faulkner, real name. I know you probably can't spell Faulkner. We can go with G. Will. It stands for God's will, not gangster. I'm just clear that up. It stands for God's will. G. Will, he be in the building all the time. Beauty Cooper. You know what I'm saying? What? Hey,
you can't
Michelle,
forget Mama Michelle, right?
Hey, I already beat you to the point. See how the spirit works. Michelle, right? She in the building. Hold on, watch this. Whether you pastor, evangelist, apostle, Michelle, right? All that, you know.
Man.
Them the names I'ma drop. Hold on. What about Elder Ernest? He a quadruple OG. Elder Ernest, quadruple OG. Original man of God. You know what I'm saying? Them are the names that I choose to drop. You know, the people who are making an impact to the community. And when I say the community, understand this, that the rain, hold on, the sun shines on the just and the unjust, right? And the rain drops on the good and the evil. So no matter who you are, because of what's natural, you're going to receive it. It ain't like because, well, you're an evil person, so the sun ain't going to shine on you. It is going to sun, you're going to be cold. But this person over here, since they're just so good, clean, wholesome, they going to get the sun. That ain't how it goes. The sun shines on the just and the unjust. So we have to understand this. As men and women of God, kings and queens of the world, that's what we do. We bless people.
Right.
We bless people.
Amen.
People. Did you get? We bless people. People. And see, I'm going to tell you what I don't like, Shay. I'm going to tell you what I don't like. Because unconsciously, religion has become a game. I used to be a vice lord. I was in a gang. So I feel some type of way because it's like, okay, well, you got the Muslim community, you got the Christian community, you got the Buddhist community, you got all these different communities. And it's like, well, I ain't fooling with you if, you ain't repping what I'm repping. If you ain't repping what I'm repping, I'm not fooling with you. I don't understand, as humans, just because we think differently don't mean that we can't love one another. We can be on one accord with love, respect, and integrity. Mm-hmm. Take your religion, keep it in your heart. Now, looking at the person right next to you, you still have a right to care for them. Because the same way you feel about your God, they feel the same way about their God. The same way you say, look, my God does this. Guess what they're going to say? Well, my God does this too. So understand that your rain, your sunshine, should shine on everybody. Your rain should pour on everybody. Some going to receive it, some won't. It's okay. Don't get mad at them. Do not throw your set up. Please don't start throwing your gang signs, throwing up the cross. Don't throw up the cross in their face. Please don't. Please. If you know you serve a big God, look, answer this question, Shay. If you believe that, Shay, I know you believe God is big. You believe God is big, right, Shay?
Yes, I do.
So why do we feel the need to always take up for God? Like, ain't God big enough don't he supposed to take up for us?
Well, I think the word that you said, why do we believe, it's quite opposite. It's we're not believing that God is that big.
Bling. We should have had some hand claps for that one. We should have had some hand claps for that one. that was $1 million, bro. That was $1 million. Bling. Now. Hey, all right. Yes. Because, all right, now, let's talk about it. With that being said, I want to ask everyone, all the listeners, and this is something y'all can, talk amongst your friends, co-workers, or whatever. Most of all, ask yourself first. Ask yourself first. Have we made God an enabler? I'm going to say that again. Have God. See, you can't say God. Yeah. See, if I say it with some song, yeah, you'll believe me more if I say it with more passion. It's like God will hear it better if I say God. Have God became an enabler. I'm going to explain myself with that one. No, you know what, Truto? What does that mean to you when I ask, like, can God become an enabler? Because I believe that God has become an enabler.
I believe that to the fullest. Man, we get into this. We go to our spiritual leaders. This is what gets me. We go to our spiritual leaders and our mentors. And understanding that we're going through something, they're there to kind of give you your encouragement. You know, and I don't see nothing wrong with that. But they'll end up telling you, well, you know what? God done worked it out, and God got you just be still. I've always been a person that believes in work. And I know y'all know where I'm going with it. Hey, faith without work is dead. No work. When you looked at the miracles in the Bible, it always took human participation. You've got to do something.
Please say that again, Truto. Please say that again. You did something to me when you said that.
Okay, here I go. Y'all ready for it?
I'm ready.
Miracles in the Bible took human participation. Now, I'm gonna take it a little bit further. We know, and we always say, and we know that God is all powerful. Okay, so we know that these miracles God could have did at a snap of a finger. Let's just be honest. Yeah, we know that. But instead, God asks you to do something. Work. Move. You look at the woman with the issue of blood. We love that.
Yes.
The woman with the issue of blood. Y'all better get with me now.
Talk about
it. The journey that the woman took to get to the hem of the garment. See, we just look at the hem of the garment. Bruh, a walk. She was an unclean woman. Wasn't supposed to be out there amongst the people. Fought the crowd. See all that work she did. That's work, y'all. That ain't easy now. I got to work now. I got to fight the crowd. Okay, I got to get through here, but I just got to touch that hem. If I touch that hem. But what if she would have just sat at home and said, well, I'm just going to wait on God?
Yes. That's powerful. Because what if she would have did it? What if she'd have been chilling? What if she'd have been chilling in her tent? She'd have chilling in her tent, just checking it. You know what I'm saying? Just looking at TV in the tent. she was at home in her tent looking at TV,
Looking at Netflix.
Yeah, looking at the story. She was in her tent looking at Days of Our Lives, with the remote control on her cell phone, looking at YouTube, bleeding. And she just said, you know what, God, I need you to help me stop bleeding. And just sit back and kept on looking at YouTube.
Right.
Jesus right there doing what Jesus do best. Be Jesus. Bless the people. He wasn't there for himself. He was out always blessing. That's how he got popular. See, if that's what I'm saying. If you really want to, if you want people to understand you, then you got to be an asset to your community. Jesus was an asset, and because he was an asset, she heard about that asset. She heard about him. And when she heard about him, she moved. She just didn't say, well, God, do this and sit still.
Right.
She moved. She had to get up out that tent. She had to turn off. She had to turn the YouTube off. She had to turn.
Come on with it
now. Now I hope some of y'all understand. You better be smiling. And if you ain't smiling, you better get off the line right now. I'm telling you, better get. If you're not smiling, you better get off the line. That's right. Shay, what do you think about that? Because that, Truto, man, thank you so much, bro. Like, thank you, man. Because people got to understand, as human beings, it's good to smile. It's good to have fun. But we're going to give you the hard truth because we love you enough to be a better version of yourself every day. That's what's important. Shay, talk about it. Because I know you.
Yeah.
Come on, Shay.
So talk about it.
No, I think that was an awesome start to the topic, and the point that we're wanting to drive home, just being a better self, and everything good or bad, it does start with you. I think it for me, it starts with a thought. And, people always talk about you hear people talk about the angel on one side of the shoulder and the devil on the other side of the shoulder, based off of what you choose would determines your next step, or who you listen to is your next step. But, I put a post up the other day and I said what if I told you that angel sitting on one side of the shoulder, I didn't say it this way, but that angel sitting on the other side of the shoulder and the devil on the other side of it, what if we told you that was you? And so when we don't make a decision to just move, we can't blame the devil. When things aren't working, we can't blame God. We're talking about faith without work being dead, but even in the story that Truto just said, the woman with the issue of blood had to make a decision. And to add to David's point, she could have just said, well, you know what, because God's going to work it out. I can sit here and I can watch TV. I'm looking for a job, but you know what, because God promises me that his promises are yes and amen, I'm going to go ahead and we quote the scriptures to the T, but we never implement what needs to be done, the faith without the work. We never implement the work. It's one thing to say, and David, you and I were talking the other day, and you were telling me a story that you heard from a pastor regarding someone who was waiting on God's blessing. And, I heard a story a while ago about a man who was in a river or an ocean, and, helicopter came by, and the helicopter said, the person flying the helicopter said, I'm here to save you. No, I don't need you. God's going to save me. And then the airplane came by. Nope, I don't need you. God's going to save me. A ship came by and said, nope, I don't need you. God's going to save me. And when the guy drowned, went to heaven, said, God, why didn't you save me? And God said, did you not see the airplane? Did you not see the helicopter? Did you not see the boat? And so to your point, I just feel we really have to understand who we are. We always talk about whose we are, but who we are. And every tool, every resource, every gift that we have been born with, and how to utilize them in order for us to get to our better selves.
Amen. And it's important because we have to understand. I want people to understand that, to all our listeners, understand this. The reason why God can be an enabler, you have to look at your circumstance right now. Think about all the people who are always asking you for something as a human being. Think about all the times people have come to you asking you for things. Eventually, you get to the point where you're like, listen, I can't keep doing for you and you're not doing for yourself. That's our common sense, y'all. That's a part of the wisdom. Wisdom is to have knowledge based that's making proper decisions, good decisions, based on your knowledge, based on your information, right? So with that being said, it's called common sense. Us as human beings, we don't want to keep enabling people. We don't want people to keep coming to us, asking us for money, who continue not to work. If, like with me, we do a lot of, here in Knoxville, some of the guys, and Shay, I know you do a lot of helping people, Truto, you do a lot of helping people in your current cities. In Knoxville, I went Facebook Live, man, giving away the sleeping bags to the homeless, and jackets and coats and hats, and just to keep them warm, and gave food and other clothing, and man, it was a beautiful thing. But then I had people reaching out to me, like one person really said, could you help my son, send him for basketball? And I understood, but it still was a little irritating because it's like, listen, I'm not trying to take the place of the person's dad. I some things are out of my control. Like we're not here to enable people. And when it comes to the homeless, understand this. Like I said, we bring the food for the people who really need it, but then some people who just lazy and choose to be homeless happens to eat. Why? Because the sun shines on the just and the unjust. But the goal is really to help people that's homeless to get out of that mindset. So when we go and I minister to people, the first thing I do to somebody, and it might be like hundreds of them, but if I can get a few of them, just like, listen, how did you become into this situation? Do you want to get out this situation? Because I want to help people get out the situation. And some of us use God as a crutch now due to our lack of knowledge, and some is just being just plain old lazy. So we'll go to church. The pastor will tell you, listen, God's going to bless you, sow a seed, right? Now, it's like, okay, so God is not going to bless me if I don't sow this seed? Because some people think that they can, and I'm not saying don't sow a seed. Yes, please sow a seed. I'm saying don't be so handicapped thinking like, well, I'm going to pay for my blessing, basically. You know, like I can sow this seed, and because I sowed this seed, now I'm entitled to a blessing.
Right.
And that's not the reality of how this thing works. You have to put in the work. We're using God so much. We making God like we can just, like a genie. We stroke God's ego, rub him the right way. God, I love you. Lord, you the best. Lord, you like that. God, you my king. Lord, oh yeah, you my father. I'm your son. And because we do this, we expect God. All right. Hey, calm down. Put it, pause it. You're doing too much. Whoever doing it, you're doing too much. So we feel that just because we're shouting, crying, praying, giving money, now we feeling like, okay, God, do this for me. And I'm gonna tell you now, if you need money, you have to go work for it. Whether you accumulate your own income by having your own business, or go work with someone who already currently have a business, and you will be their employee. But either way it go, if you just sit at home and just wait without going out and putting in applications, you're not going to get a job. This is not how it works. This is not how God works. We have to use our common sense. Understand that God is not only supernatural, but God is natural. Don't you believe that the air we breathe is God? I mean, do you believe that the grass is God? Do you believe that the water is God? Come on now. The same thing we cut. The trees give us oxygen. So if there's no trees, we die. The trees give us life. Y'all don't think that's God? Use some common sense. We got to get to a point that we got to use our brains. I'm serious, y'all. I know the slogan, y'all. Our good sense ain't God's sense. Well, please, you got to have common sense. You got to be around people who's actually doing something with their lives. Change your circle. You got to put yourself in a position to win. But we're using God as a crutch because we're being lazy. Moses, God told him, tell Pharaoh, let my people go. He had to go put in work for the people to go. And watch this. When they did all that, showed the staff, boom, 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 all the miracles happened. They freed the people. Once they got to the Red Sea, God said, lift your staff. Moses still had to work. He had to be obedient. God could have easily just, man, God really just could have killed everybody over there and just allowed them to live there. But that ain't how it works. That ain't how it works. God is natural. Whatever you put in, you're going to get out of it. Whatever you put in, you're going to get out of it. 0 plus 0 equals 0. 0 minus 0 equals 0. 0 divided by 0. 0 times 0. Everything with 0 equals 0. So you have to do something. God said, raise your staff. When he raised his staff, that was an action he had to put in of obedience. Behold, obedience is better than sacrifice. Guess what? Then the children of Israel had to actually cross the Red Sea. And whoever just stood there and just stayed in Egypt, they stayed in Egypt. It is what it is. Watch this. 11-day journey turned into 40 years. Why? Because they complained, they murmured. They didn't want to put in the work. So guess what God said? God said, man, Moses, look, when Moses went on the mountain, he said, listen, man, I'm going to just let all of them go. I'm going to just kill everybody. You and your family just go. Moses is like, well, God, what the other people, in the other countries and cities, don't they be like, well, that God brought them out of Egypt just to kill them. And God was like, yeah, you right. All right, man, because they irritate me, man. They just, that's all they do is complain and murmur and whine. And what else do they want? They didn't want to put in the work. We never promised acceptance is going to be easy. Acceptance is not always easy. So, with that being said, if you want something from God, that's when you got to have faith that God will do it. When you are actually walking in what you're asking for. If I want a radio show, then I got to go to the people who have it, the resources around me, after I already prayed for it. Now I got to walk in it. And while I'm walking in it, I have faith that the people around me is going to be on one accord. And guess what? We're going to come up with a radio show called Beyond the Radio. It was on one network, for over a year. Now we're right here with elation, thankful, blessed. We are at where we're supposed to be. That's how God works. But if we didn't put in the work, then we would never have a radio show. That's how life goes. Mm-hmm. Truto.
Yes,
what you think about that, how we enable God?
I think that a lot of times we got to understand, when you look at things, know God, but what can you do to make it better? What can you do? We're really, a lot of times we don't understand we're responsible for ourselves. And that's a lot of the way that God has looked out for us. You catch it? God looked out for us to be able to make decisions. It takes work to make decisions.
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, he gives you a free will. Okay, you still got to work for the will. God has made a way. But he made a way for us to get up and get it. You get it?
Yes.
God has made a way. God gonna work it out. Yeah, when I get up and work for it.
Right.
Y'all catch that? Oh, they had to pause for a minute. Y'all want me to rewind that one? I think I'm going to rewind that one. Shay, you still with me? Well, I have to say it again.
I hear you.
So y'all act like I didn't say something right. Come on now, work with me.
I hear you.
They left me in the storm, y'all. God, I done worked it out when I get up and work for it. Is that all right?
Yeah.
And that's real. We got to understand our prayers to God. I truly believe God is always there with us. God has made a way for us to get up. We have to get up, y'all. We are so powerful. And Shay, me and you, I got to pick with you on this one, right?
Uh-oh.
You always letting us know what we can do. Shay's not quick to tell you what you can't do. If anybody knows Shay Samuels, y'all better talk to me. If you talk to Shay about anything, Shay, I want to be an astronaut, baby. Walking. You can do it. Yes, you can.
Yes, you
There's
can.
Never a can't. Yes, and Shay is the perfect example. This, Lord, my sister, she gets up and does so much. Her and David as well. And I work, but I mean, you see Shay everywhere. She got to do something Monday. She got to do something Tuesday. She got to do something Wednesday. Say, what you doing Thursday? I got to do something. I'm working in this kingdom business. I got to work. You know, and it just shows us, you know, me, I always believe in a little bit of laughter. Laughter is good for your soul. Y'all, I love you. We've all been guilty of being lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit basic tonight. I'm not gonna get too deep on you. Lazy. We always look for an excuse, and yes, we'll look to God. Well, you know, God gonna work it out. Okay, what you finna do? I'm finna go home and go to bed.
Right.
No, God got it. I done let go and let God. Okay.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get no job if you don't put no application in.
Good slogan.
We do that with our house too.
Good slogan.
Yes, if it sounds good. Look, say it with Gump, like you said earlier. Let go and let God. Okay, then you go home and you lay down and you don't pay your rent and you and your kids out in the streets. You know, I give you a joke, but then I got to turn it with us, y'all. We love you all. I love y'all. I love me. I don't want to be. I don't. So what I got to do, Shay, I got to get up and work. Minister Ben, what I got to do, I got to get up and do something. I'm here every Sunday night because, hey, I'm a little bit under the weather. A lot of people don't know. Hey, I'm all right. Yeah. I ain't dead now. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me now? Yes. I'm not worried about that. It's time to work.
Yeah. Hey, Truto.
Relations, here we come. Beyond the radio, here we come. The hard truth, here we come. We love you. We're going out in these communities. I love people. We got to work. We got to start using this business, y'all. We got to.
Hey, Truto, I'm going to tell you this.
Yes, sir.
I bet you took some medicine. I bet you took some medicine. hey, now, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, how many of y'all have broke a finger or put it this way, have you ever, like, had to go, like, have you ever had a fracture or you got so sick or, you know, you broke something or, like, we do these things. You break your arm, bro. Would you just, or break your leg? Somebody broke their leg. Would they just sit up there and be like, you know what, I'm going to just pray to God that he heal it? Because, you know, like, you know, hey, I saw a lot of miracles in the Bible because, you know, that's what happened. Yeah. Or you just going to use your common sense or go to the doctor. Don't pick and choose. Don't pick and choose which time you want to use your common sense. Do not pick and choose. You break your arm, break your leg, you're going to go to the doctor. Because you going to use your common sense now. You know that they're there. And then don't make that excuse. Well, God put them there. Of course, he put jobs there too. Yeah.
Amen.
He put jobs there too. He put supervisors there. He put a government in place. He put all these things in. He put homes there. You know, he put apartments there. You can be better than your circumstance because God put it there. And watch this. I'm going to tell you the greatest gift that God has given each and every last one of us. Now watch this. This is the greatest gift. I said it. It's the greatest gift.
Great.
And it's called a brain. It's called a brain. Our brain controls everything. Thoughts, the way we move, everything is controlled by our brain. And guess what? When you pray, it comes from your brain. It comes from your mind. You have to think. To talk to God, you got to use your brain. To even ask for the right things, you got to use your brain.
Amen.
And guess what? And guess who created that brain? God. God created your brain. Don't you know your toe? Wiggle your toe, your finger, blink your eye, everything is by your brain. Take your brain off, it's a wrap. I mean, hey, take your brain off, your body's just going to be take your brain off, I'm telling you. Hey, man, I promise you, that body is just going to be chilling just right there. Just chilling like you been doing. Nothing. So, your brain is your gift. If you want to see God, Jesus try to give you the game. Jesus try to give y'all all the game. He said, man, me and the Father is one. When you seen me, you seen the Father. Now watch this. But unless you're going to tell me the Bible's a contradiction, we're made in his image and his likeness. The image, if you want to see God, look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Use our common sense. Use our common sense. Am I talking about the big G or the little G? Man, why do I got to keep explaining stuff like that? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even want to keep explaining stuff. Am I talking about the big G or the little G? You know, if you want to see God, look in the mirror. Like, we want to believe outside of ourselves. We want to trust God, but you don't need to trust yourself. We love God, but we don't love ourselves. You have to love you. Love you. Love you.
You know, David, as you were talking, David, I was just thinking about the listeners who, you know, the people who do come on to listen, and I mean from one station to the next. And I feel like our teaching from 1 week to the next, it kind of helps them to develop the mindset of being better. So when you said it, what you just said, like, why do I always have to say it? For some reason, I just started thinking how, you know, because of the teaching and because they come back every week to listen, they are better people because of the teaching. They think differently. They see things differently. They hear things differently. And so I do want to give a shout out to the people who are taking in the teaching and implementing it every week, getting better to be a better you. So I don't want to forget about those people who are taking it, implementing it, and becoming a better person. Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you guys. And understand that we really do want you to be a better version of yourself. We don't want you to understand when you a lot of us as human beings do not read the Bible.
Right.
We don't read our Bible.
That's true.
Only thing we do, we go to church on Sundays and we listen to everything that the pastor has to say. And we have to understand that the pastor is either a man or a woman. They are a person. And we take that pastor and we're guilty of doing exactly what Aaron, which is the brother of Moses, what Aaron did with the children of Israel. They made a golden calf. The reason they made a golden calf because they wanted a tangible God, one that they can touch, see, and feel, and smell. They wanted that God. And we'll take our pastor, and we take that pastor, and that pastor become the golden calf unconsciously. And we look at that pastor as our tangible God. Even though we don't want to say it sound good, y'all can say what you want, but your actions speak way louder than your words.
Right.
We have women that respect their pastor more than they do their own husband.
That's so good.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
That's so good.
Hey, baby, could you fix them greens? Well, Pastor said that I gotta be up here. Well, I ain't ate in 2 days. Could you go fix them greens?
Right. You're cooking the meal for the whole church. And you make that special meal because you pull out your book. You know the pastor uses Splenda and not regular sugar. You got a whole book on diabetic needs, and husband is just sitting there waiting on the meal for 2 weeks. So you're absolutely right.
We use in that listen, that pastor can become your tangible God, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you don't read our Bible and we sit up there just listening to for every word that the pastor is saying. And listen, I'm not sitting up here saying that, okay, your pastor is telling you wrong. I'm not telling you that. What I'm saying is that pastor is a person that has a responsibility. His responsibility is to give you the word according to his paradigm of how he viewed it. Because if it wasn't his own paradigm, then we wouldn't have 30,000 different religions inside of Christianity by itself. And I'm not exaggerating. We wouldn't have so many denominations. It's a lot. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
So everybody, so many people interpret it different. Now watch this. This is something. It's supposed to be one Holy Spirit, right? Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
God is not the author of confusion. Well, it's a lot of confusion. So this is why I'm saying this. You have to research for yourself. Research for yourself. Read it. What you don't understand, get some help from that pastor if he's available. If not, go to someone who will help you. But men and women of God, kings and queens of the world, you have to read it for yourself. You have to educate yourself because unconsciously we taking in everything what the pastor say and holding his face value. And even if your pastor is 100% correct, then you still have to understand that you and God have that relationship to where you're going to have to be obedient to yourself.
Yeah. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was going to say just really quickly. I remember when I was joined with the church, and the pastor would always tell everyone to read for themselves, like basically give us homework. And everyone took the pastor's word at face value. And I think a lot of my brainstorming and just kind of thinking more into the word came from me studying the book for myself, study to show myself approved. And I didn't know about studying to show myself approved. I just am a researcher by nature. But what I learned is, to your point earlier today, what I learned is the pastor was giving us the sermon based off of his interpretation of that word. But when I read it, God gave me something different to better me.
Mm-hmm.
God gave me something. There was a different reading in the word when I read it for myself. And that's how I became a better me. I became a better me by reading the word for myself and understanding it for myself as well.
That's right.
Right.
You know what? For me, I've always told people this, y'all. Read the Bible. How does it apply to you? How does it apply to you? And I love that, Shay. Thank you for saying that. Me and you can read the same verse, but that verse is going to mean something different to me in my life than it does to you in your life, Shay.
Yeah, thank you for understanding that, Truto. That's what I mean. I just mean that every person who reads it from a different perspective. And so, not saying that God didn't give the pastor a word. I'm saying that God definitely gave him a word, but that word was for him. And so he learned, and he's teaching from that perspective. And when you read it, you'll learn it from your perspective. So I appreciate that, Truto.
Oh, yeah, man. Appreciate you. I just had to piggyback off that, Shay. You know how I am. I'm a piggybacker. And I love it because, it is true. Sometimes we can get lost because I've heard a lot of people say this. You go to church and like every Sunday, the pastor so was talking to me. Huh? Was it? Was this one was yours? And it's like every Sunday, everything that the pastor said, it fitted to you. And no, not every Sunday. Every aspect of what is being said sometimes just don't fit for me. It's not nothing I'm going through. I'm not going through that right now. You can take a sermon about, as we say, a wife. To find a wife is a great thing. And most folks would be like, "Hey, amen, amen." Okay, you got a wife. You married. You seem very happy. And you can see the fruit of their labor that they are happy. But they just amen because they, like David said, they're going a lot about just hearing. Nobody really opens up the Bible and reads. So y'all take time and read and verify. Because, like I said, your pastor probably is right or could be right or it could be wrong. So read and verify. Right. Read it yourself. Don't just amen something because it sounds good.
Absolutely. And the reason that I'm saying is, the reason why I said that is because we don't want God to become an enabler in your life. Understand this. If you say, imagine if Shay say, God gave this to me. And I say, God gave this to me. And Truto, you say, well, God gave this to me. And it's different. And it's for us. But it's the same thing. Now, this is just me. I don't think God is going to give us different stuff to one meaning. An apple is an apple. I don't think God will say, well, look, that's called an orange, that's called a banana, and I'm going to give you the right answer. Because I just want everybody to be careful saying God told me. Because that's why so many different religions. That's why so many different sects inside of Christianity. Because everybody's saying what God told them. Maybe it could just be coming from our own interpretation, but it's us though. It could be just us. You don't always have to be the God, because somebody is wrong and they're saying God gave it to me, right? Somebody wrong. Everybody can't be right. Because one minute Jesus is Jesus and another minute he's Yahweh. To some different beliefs. Some, we have, that's why we have Baptist, Pentecostal, here come the Hebrew Israelites and it's a lot of different Christians. But everybody's saying, this is what God told me. I just want everybody to understand there's nothing wrong with being human and becoming a better version of yourself. I can't measure up to Jesus' standards. I can only be a better David Benton every day. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. Because in the Bible, when God spoke, no one was confused that it really was God. God was not silent. He spoke, and guess what? They was afraid. They trembled because they were sure that it was God. So when we talking to God and we asking God for something, understand that God will do it according to his will that lines up with yours, but you have to put the work in. Do not use God as a crutch. Do not use God as a crutch. Women, men of God, kings and queens of the world. Every day, be a better version of yourself. Because the Bible clearly said you are kings and priests, meaning you are kings and queens. You are God beings. You are made in his image and his likeness. Look in the mirror and tell yourself that you are a king. You are a queen. You are somebody. The Bible say, be ye perfect as I am perfect. So yeah, you might not be sinless, but understand you are made in perfection. Look, this is Beyond the Radio. David Benton, Jerry Truto, Allen, Shay Samuels. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. We appreciate everyone for listening and tuning in. Listen, y'all go on YouTube and type it up, Shay Samuels. She have 15 minutes of inspirational videos, Monday motivational videos. Y'all go to YouTube, subscribe to her channel, and she is going to bless you. I promise you, she's going to bless you and help you to become a better version of yourself. That's all we want to do. And guess what? We will tune in with us, and we will see y'all next week on Beyond the Radio. Shout out to Elation. And we are out. It's your boy David Benton. Some people, they be like, yo, I just have a wish for my birthday. Or you know, they would say I had 3 wishes. I wish for so much more for you. I wish for so much more. What I wish for is that we live more. In the inner city, living ain't so piss poor. Realize we hypnotized by the discord. We blow money fast. What you think we rent for? Yeah. Did it big, my kids wish I could've did more. Wish women would be women and men would be men, or there was no child abuse or domestic violence. And the streets really moved in the act of silence. Wish the Catholic priest wasn't pedifying. In the government, the futures would tell the truth instead of lying. I'm born a lion. My daddy named me David Lyons. Wish we could do more laughing instead of crying. Wish we wasn't afraid of giants. Wish we could all be inspired by David and Goliath. Wish society wouldn't pacify us. Make us ride, turn back around and buy it, gentrify it.
I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I keep my hands raised high when there ain't nothing left. Try to stay focused on the Lord above. With all the things going on in this world, that's where my help comes from. I wish that the world wasn't corrupt. I wish that we're united, spread love. I wish I know that Jesus is enough. Got my mind on my mission, G.O.D. That's what's up.
Yeah, I wish we all get our credit straight. Wish that single mother didn't have to wait for Section 8. I wish we all would investigate why the world is crooked and we can't set it straight. Yeah. God is not the author of confusion, so ask yourself, why there's so much confusion? With some husbands wasn't so abusive, wifey putting makeup on to cover up all the bruises. All we do is make excuses about the chains, the pains, and all the nooses. I wish religion wasn't so polluted. This is all facts you can't dispute it, barely have a right to do it. So much can't be proven. I wish we really choosing to teach our students, pursuing disillusion, turning us all to ruin. I wish our court system really would start moving.
Through the valley of the shadow of death, I keep my hands raised high when there ain't nothing left. Try to stay focused on the Lord above. With all the things going on in this world, that's where my help comes from. I wish that the world wasn't corrupt. I wish that we're united, spread love. I know that Jesus is enough. Got my mind on my mission, G.O.D. That's what's up.